Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. My name is Pramod and I'm living and working in Ireland as a software engineer from past 7 years. In this short video, I'd like to speak a few words about my guru, Satyadhyana and his guru, Vidyasimhacharya Mahuli. As many people already know, Vidyasimhacharya Mahuli is currently the Chancellor of SATYADHYANA Vidyapeetha in Mumbai, who has recently received the prestigious Karnataka Rajyotsava Award 2020. Since 1984, that is from past 36 years, Acharya has been heading the Satyadhyana Vidyapita and Vani Vihar Vidyalaya and has proven to be the great teacher um, in our times who is showing the correct path of knowledge to thousands of students. His teachings, which are perfectly in line with Acharya Madhva's philosophy, and they have been really well received by many ardent followers like myself. All his discourses are really effective and not only easy to digest, but also will linger in our memory throughout our life. Many of us who live abroad do not really have a chance to physically sit with other students in front of great Acharya. However, we are so lucky to see his online discourses almost instantly via Satyadhyana YouTube channel. I would like to thank all the people who are involved in this great work. This is truly remarkable and an invaluable treasure. And from my personal experience, I can affirm that a single episode of his online discourse is sufficient for anyone to start their journey in the Adhyatma. We automatically wish to watch the next discourse, the next one, and so on, and it becomes a regular part of our life. All his discourses are very serious nature, and it covers a wide arena. It could be something such as how to serve the Brahmins, Sajjanas, how to do the Guru Bhakti, the gradations of Bhakti as per gradations of demigods, and obviously the highest Bhakti in the omnipresent, omnipotent Sri Hari. Without his teachings, it is impossible for anyone to really understand the difficult concepts such as greatness of Sri Hari, Vayudevaru, nature of soul, why Sri Hari is independent from others and why others are dependent on him, difference between Gnana Marga, Karma Marga, and so on. They're very difficult topics. And he clearly explains all of them, and he also explains the true purport of Bhagavata, Mahabharata, Gita, based on the Acharya Madhva's Bhashya. The nature of his discourse is such that when we listen to his same discourse again and again, we learn new things every time. So it's really good. His discourses on many saints such as Raghavendra Swamigalu, Yadavaryaru, Satyapramodha Tirtharu is real eye-opener and motivates us to the core to follow their path. And my guru Satyavijaya Acharyaru is based in Arni. He's a student of such a great teacher Mahuli Acharyaru. My guru always praises his Acharyaru and gives few instances of his student life, which you know in a way guides us as an example regarding how one should behave, how to do Guru Bhakti, and so on. It really shapes our lives. And my guru conducts daily online classes to many students in online video meetings, such as Zoom and Skype. I am one of the students in the group. He conducts regular lessons on Sumadra Vijaya, Mahabharata, Tatparya Nirnaya, Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Harikatamrita Sara, and others. And the list keeps on growing. This has benefited really many students in different countries such as USA, UK, Dubai, Qatar, Singapore, Australia, Ireland, and so on. There's really no limit for that, and the list keeps growing bigger and bigger. The reason why more and more students are interested is because of his style of teaching which is very unique, where he covers various topics and takes examples of daily life, which helps us to understand topics more clearly. He highlights the importance of our main slogan in our Madhva tradition, which is Hari Sarvottama and Vai Jivottama, and the true meaning of it. He adjoins other sensitive topics such as the correct way to perform Devara Puja, importance of Dana Dharma, importance of Bhakti, and many related topics. His teachings will truly shape the personality of the students. Not only the personality is shaped, but also the knowledge is gained. And despite the online classes, which are conducted back to back without a single minute break, he always keeps the energy level so high. And we students are really lucky to find a great teacher like this. It is impossible to fully express my views on these great people in few minutes of this video, and certainly impossible to pay back to what they have done to our lives. And all we can really pay back is remember their great words and just simply follow in their path, and it is for our own betterment. I'd like to conclude this video a few words by doing pranamas in my guru. Tadantaryami Vaidevaru, Tadantaryami Sri Hari. And any defects in this video are purely upon me, and all other words which are spoken are because of my Gurugala Anugraha. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. There are teachers who teach us from the books, and there are teachers who teach us from the life experiences of others, and there are teachers who teach us from the life experiences of their own. But there is a different category of people who teach us from all of the above said things, and Puja Vidyasimhacharya Mahuli undoubtedly falls under that category. I say this because you see him addressing the huge crowd on a very big stage, or you see him addressing his own students during Patha, or you see him having an individual conversation with anyone. The depth he carries and the profound knowledge that he always carries is same. And my memory with him lasts probably a decade back or 15 years back, when my father asked me to start listening to his pravachans and pathas, because of the comparative studies that he does between one philosophy to another, and says why Dvaita Vedanta or Dvaita philosophy is something that we all need to follow. And you see him quoting Jewish philosophy, Islam, Christianity, and everything during his speeches and patha. In this era, in the age of 2020, and in this generation, for people like me and for all of us, the youth, we need people like Acharya to tell us not just what is right, but also why is this right. And today, when he is awarded with Rajyotsava Prashasti, this is not just an honor for the entire community of Madhvas or Acharya himself, but to the award itself. And this is a huge inspiration for all of us as well, to get inspired and encouraged from the lifestyle that he follows, which is very simple and yet very elegant, and follow the path of Dharma and achieve greater heights in the spiritual life and also the materialistic life. Thank you.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Our generation might not have been blessed with the gift of faith, but at the same time has been blessed with the gift of abundance of knowledge, wisdom in terms of Mahuli Acharya. Most of the youngsters of this day come from a colonial system of education which has taken us far away from our traditional ways of learning. Which is why people like Acharya and institutions like SATYADHYANA VIDYAPEETHA are very important to bridge this barrier in a very convincing way. I personally have had the greatest privilege of my life of having gotten an opportunity to interact with Acharya in different situations and on different aspects of things. And every time that I have spoken to him, I have been left speechless by the depth of his knowledge, the profoundness of his insights, and the prolific narration. As far as my memory goes, it was Acharya for the first time who came up with this very new idea of age-old solutions to modern problems, with which he addressed a wide crowd, which included people of different cultural background, educational background, and intellectual capabilities, but at the same time left everyone awestruck with his ideas and with his narration and the profoundness of his insights. It is magical how Acharya, with one single notion of bhakti, can transform an entire generation of people in a hurry into a generation of people who are devoted to Sri Hari. I don't remember of anyone who made us fall in love with Vayudevaru like Acharya did. I barely remember anyone who gave an all new dimension of understanding to Bhagavad Gita under the lights of Srimad Acharyaru, which today has resulted in a plethora of youngsters holding Bhagavad Gita with utmost respect in their lives. Till then, Bhagavad Gita was just a book which we respected, but today it's a part of our lives, and that is one of the biggest gifts of Acharya and his lectures. It is important that people like Acharya and institutions like SATYADHYANA Vidyapeetha are there in this society and result in the nurturing of this society. If there is one thing, of course there are a lot of things, but if there is one thing that separates Acharya from the rest of the world, is his concern for holistic progress of mankind and not just the spiritual progress. If you observe, you can talk to Acharya about anything from spirituality to science to arts, from Shakespeare to Socrates to Plato to Einstein to Karl Marx, to every single school of thought that you have come across, and you will find his interactions with the same depth of knowledge, same profoundness of ideas, and yet epitome of humility, and under the context with a firm conviction of Srimad Acharyaru. This skill is amazing. This is someone who has all the elegant skills of mankind put into one single person. My words fall faint in front of him in praise of him. Even in 1,000 lives, I can't do justice to his persona and the things that he has done and his benevolence on the society. Today, as we see, it is because of him that Madhva Siddhanta has reached every corner of this country, and his disciples have been nurturing a lot of young minds with this great Madhva philosophy that we are all very proud of. All I can do is pay my respects to him and thank everyone else who has given me this opportunity to share my thoughts on Acharya, and at the same time pray to Acharya for his guidance for this misguided generation. Thank you. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Vidyapeetha Vidataram Vidyavarichandram Vidyarthivatsaram Vande Mahamahima Sadgurum Param Puja Acharyarige Aneka Shirasashtanga Namaskaraಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಗುರು ಹಿರಿಯರಿಗೆ ಅನೇಕ ಶಿರಸಾಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. I am thoroughly honored today to be given this opportunity to speak about my guru, my legend. Firstly, I would like to extend my heartiest congratulations to the Karnataka Rajyotsava award for getting associated with Param Puja Acharyaru. This year, probably the Rajyotsava award will be smiling at all the other higher civilian awards and decorations across the country and worldwide, with the feeling that it has done a better job than any of them. Before I speak about the influence Guruji has had on my life, I would like to give a quick introduction about myself just to put things into perspective. My name is Vijay Ganesh, son of Srinivasan and Usha, born in Kumbakonam and working as a gas and power business analyst in Royal Dutch Shell. My father is an ex-Reserve Bank of India employee, which meant that we had multiple transfers. Also, right after my graduation in 2010, I landed up in the energy sector, which took me places around the world for technical and business analysis. I was staying alone, away from parents from the age of 18 until 26. So what that meant to me right through my childhood and as a young adult was that I never had a static social circle or a chance to associate myself with any particular region for long. However, by the grace of Hari Vayu Gurugalu, I have spent the most formative years of my life, which is schooling and engineering in Mumbai, under the long shadow of Param Puja Acharyaru and Sri SATYADHYANA Vidyapeetha. My mother used to force me and take me to Param Puja Acharyaru discourses in Mulund, Matunga and Goregaon. These discourses are the only reason for me to even enter the gates of Madhva Siddhanta. Param Puja Acharya Upanyasas were so mesmerizing that even Kali will fall in love with God, leave alone someone like me. Although I was traveling so much and surrounded by people with all kinds of vices throughout my adolescent days, the only reason I did not get into those habits was because I was taking regular dosage of Param Puja Acharya Upanyasa through CD recordings or YouTube videos. If there is one reason why I am not settled somewhere abroad, is because of the kind of significance Gurugalu has told us about doing sadhana in this Madhva Janma. He had given me a signed copy of Mahabharata Tatpara Nirnaya on 1 Jan 2017. From that day onwards, I have started attending Sarvamula Chintana classes, albeit intermittently, and have started dedicating at least a minuscule amount of my time and efforts to learn Pata. In short, had it not been for Param Puja Acharyaru, I would have been a very different person in a very different place with little or no respect to traditional values, family, and religion. So many thanks to Acharya for being such an inspirational figure in my life. My life's ambition is to make him proud of me one day, which is again only possible by Param Puja Acharya blessings. Thank you.